All right. I think we are live here. I need to bounce some audio real quick, so let me check that here 1 second. All right. Ooh, that sounds pretty good. Sweet. All right. Hello. Welcome. Wow, lots of you already. That's awesome. So I have never, or I've done this before on YouTube like one time. Oh, I forgot to link it. Hang on 1 sec. I've done this like one time before, and on YouTube anyway. I've done it on Twitch plenty of times, but no clue how it's gonna work on YouTube. I'm not even gonna try and mess with music or anything, just because I really don't want to deal with that. You never know. So yeah, there's that, I guess. But other than that, looks like it's all good. I've got game sound going, so hopefully that's all right. How do I compensate for frame rate? Oh, that's a good question. So I don't have horrible frame rate. As you can see, it's not bad. If I get up close anywhere, especially places like Copperville, ooh, I'm missing a building. That's too bad. You can see it gets kind of bad. So what I do is, and okay, before I answer your question, let me just, I need to link the stream. I keep forgetting to do that. I don't even know where it is on my channel, to be honest with you. I've never done this before. I can't even see it from for some reason it's just not showing up. Maybe like in my subscriptions or something. Oh, there we go. Okay. Mute it immediately. Okay. So to answer your question about compensating for frame rate, what I do and what I recommend pretty much anybody who makes videos tries to do is, let me pull my stuff up again. Sorry about that. I would recommend getting this mod. It's like the updated version of the cinematic camera. It's called the Cinematic Camera Extended, and what you can do with this, besides a lot of awesome things, like you can like save load paths and stuff. So I can create like different waypoints, and then it'll make that movement. So that's nice and all, and you can save and load those waypoints and stuff like that. But the great part about this is you can limit the game frame rate. So if I limit the frame rate to 15 FPS, it will actually run my game at 15 FPS, which is like obviously choppy. But then if I speed it up in post to like 4 times speed, everything will work out. It like actually doesn't just like limit my game's frame rate to 15 FPS. It actually slows the game simulation down to 15 FPS. So speeding up to 4 times speed will actually fix that, which is awesome. And you can even go lower if you have like really bad frame rate. You can do like 5 FPS or 10 FPS or whatever. It's pretty nice. What time is it? It's like 7 o'clock here. I'm in Mountain Time in the US, so I guess I should probably talk about what the stream's going to be about. So, as I mentioned in that episode of the last episode of Rhinestone, I don't really have a lot that I want to do on camera anymore, so I thought I'd just live stream it. The big thing today, I think, is going to be terraforming these mountains. You can kind of see how like these mountains are pretty defined and these are pretty not defined. So I want to jump in and tackle that a little bit. Other than that, though, I think some natural stuff, maybe even like around this lake over here or something. I could do some rock work and some foliage and stuff, but lots of foliage today, I think, is the goal. And I don't really know how long we're gonna go for. I'm just gonna kind of go with it. I wanted to just try this whole like YouTube streaming thing out. I've done Twitch before, like I said, but I really have never done YouTube before. So, will this be posted on my channel? I'm pretty sure it will be, actually. I wasn't going to when I was going to be using music in the background, but now that we're not doing that, just to kind of avoid any copyright issues, it should be like all fine. So I think I'll probably just post this afterwards. I think it limits the length to like 4 hours or something, though. So can you start with a tour of the map? Yeah, I can do that. Sorry if I'm not like super active in the chat. It's moving kind of fast, but I'll try my best. Alright, let's see. So, we could probably start with, and I'm still trying to decide like what the next episode of Rhinestone should be. I think I might record it tonight. Because I already did the airport, obviously, over here. I'm thinking about doing the city, which is like the starting point of this whole map. So we started with this little interchange down here that's like, oh my god, it's such a mess. I haven't looked at this in so long. the crazy part actually is if you look at the underground portions of this, because the map looks pretty normal from above, but if you go underground, whoops, I think underground isn't me. Oh, I know what happened. This needs to be set to what, like 10? Is that default? 10 meters? I don't even know what it is, but there we go. That's the underground view of the city. So it's ridiculous. There's like roads everywhere, and it seems crazy, but it works pretty well. I'll talk about the airport in a second. What do I think of the new DLC? I'm pretty excited, actually. It makes me want to bring back, if you guys remember, we used to work on what was called Grizzly Valley, ironically or coincidentally the same name as one of Silverette's projects. But anyway, yeah, I might work on Grizzly Valley again, because we didn't have any sort of like I guess they're called like, they're not like chairlifts, but they're elevated tram cars. What do you call those? I don't know. Those are being added to the game though, so that'd be kind of fun. Can I show you how the interchange near the bus? Yeah, so that's what I was looking at a minute ago. So this, God, I built this so long ago that I'm even having trouble remembering exactly what it does. I know that the purpose was to bring traffic from both sides, here, and also from over here, which is why it's such a mess. If I just did two ways, it would be much better. But and it seems complicated, but what actually happens is it really just brings traffic in separate lanes, and then these separate lanes go to different parts of the city. And the goal with that was to make not all the traffic from the highway merge onto the same lane. So all the traffic coming from this side, for example, oops, I actually need that, don't I? All the traffic coming from this side, for example, is going to only be routed into this lane here coming in, whereas this traffic is coming from the opposite side over here. And then they both go to similar locations in the city, but just by not having them merge all onto the same road, it kind of disperses the traffic better, and it worked pretty well. I mean, as you can see, we don't really have much traffic. I think this is like the heaviest point of the entire city, and it's only because it's got like an intersection that's like right in the middle of downtown, and there's also a bus stop like right here, so it kind of messes with it a little bit, but overall, it actually worked pretty well. I mean, I don't know how heavy the traffic is anyway, like in terms of actual cars. I think we have what, like, where's my population at? I don't even know what this new, 77,000. So I mean, that's like all right, but could be worse, I guess. Do I study or work in civil engineering? No, I don't. I'm actually a computer science major, and I'm still studying that right now. So that's that. That's like the biggest point of the city is the underground stuff. So we can exit that. And I think I might, like I said, I might focus on this for the next Rhinestone episode. That'd be kind of fun. It'd be hell to navigate. Yeah, it'd be pretty difficult. I didn't really design it with the intent of it being easy to navigate. I just wanted something that would kind of divide up traffic. So let's see, beyond that, let's see, what do we do next? I think it was, so we built the city, and then we built this area and this neighborhood over here. So this is like and I'm sure there's like missing assets now. Yeah, there's like one over here. That's the thing about going back on these old parts. I mean, I built this like a year ago, so a lot of these assets got removed or gone. Looks like only this one for now, which is kind of nice, but this is like a little shopping center that we built very early on in the series. I kind of like this little corner right here. It was kind of cool. And then it moves into like a shopping center. There's like a little sidewalk walkway area over here, and then there's like a resort right there. I think there's like a movie theater over here, and apparently a Walmart auto care center right there. I think that might actually be just a growable. Yeah, it's just a growable. I don't know why it does that. It really shouldn't be a growable. It's not. Doesn't really make sense when it's just not next to a Walmart, but whatever. So that's like the. It's like the shopping mall, outdoor shopping mall center. We also have this little like other kind of town that is mostly just supposed to be like a commercial zone for this entire neighborhood, which I think is called like South Rhinestone. This is Delfino down here. Then we went on, and I think we built this university next, and I'm still pretty happy with this one. I think of all the things that we built like a long time ago, this one held up pretty well. Looks nice with the the reworked American roads as well. How's that audio, by the way? Is that super loud when I get in here? I don't really know. I can't tell from here, but the little roundabout thing around the middle of the campus. Looks like this whole train stop is like actually really busy. I think that a lot of people go from here to the airport and the airport to here. This is like one of the fastest ways to get to the airport, actually. And I think that the majority of the traffic that goes to the airport uses this train, because this line goes underneath this little mountain over here, and then it follows all along back this way and straight to the airport. And it only has, I think, connections here and here in the airport. And then there's one connection right here in the university. And then if you move down, I wanted to check real quick, is my cursor in the right place? Oh, it is. Good. But anyway, so one connection here, and then it moves down, and there's a single connection at the bus stop, obviously. And then I think after that, you can transfer and take other lines. But the line that is this line just continues down this way, and then connects here. And oh, you know what? Actually, it goes all the way down here as well. So it's only got a few stops, but it's got a really big reach. It goes all the way down, and then I think the last stop is just the stop over here in Copperville, right up here. So pretty busy train line, just because it covers so much ground. Let me see what the numbers are on that. I think like 500. That's not bad. A lot of tourists though, crazy amount of tourists. That's just because they're all from the airport. The airport's too big. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of comments about that. So the thing about this is it's really not actually that big, like scale wise. Like if you were to look at how big, like, and my reference point for this was, so I used to live in Colorado. I know some of you guys know that, and so my like local airport was DIA, and DIA. I mean, it does cover the largest amount of ground of any airport in, I think, the country. I don't know about the world, but I know the country. So it's a really big airport, but even compared to something like LAX or whatever, it's relatively similar in size, or Atlanta or something. But the point is, if you look at like Google Maps and you go and look at how big DIA is compared to like the Denver metro area, or like the Denver, just like where the skyscrapers and the high rise and all that stuff are, it's a pretty like this scale is pretty on point. And if anything, this is actually kind of small, only because I kind of cut these runways short. They should be a little bit longer if they're supposed to be realistic, but it would look a bit ridiculous if it gets that big. The only thing is that it's just on a small island. Like this island is pretty small if you were in the real world, so that's why it looks a little bit large. But I think it makes sense. Second largest in the world. That's what I thought. I knew it was pretty close. It is really big, though. It's a really cool airport, too. I drew a lot of inspiration from it whenever I built this. Can I zoom in on the highway? Yeah, let me get trying to think of some of the cool parts of the highway. I really like this little bridge right here in front of the highway. And the other thing that I'm excited about starting a new project in is that all of these old trees, like these palm trees, just I don't really like them that much, and they're everywhere. But especially because look at those LODs, they're just kind of ridiculous. So it'll be nice to have new assets and stuff, because this is really old. I mean, we built this stuff like a year ago, like I said. So we got these neighborhoods over here. I forgot, this is Kingston, and then Mapleview and Caspian Ridge over here. The trailhead was kind of cool, actually. This was later on, but the trailhead turned out kind of nicely. You can see all these default trees sort of, I don't know, I'm not a fan, but just this area in general I think was kind of cool. Let me change the time of day so you can see it better. Got some dirt parking around here, and then you can move up to the trailhead, and I always like this little walkway here, and we got this like little trail sign, and you can wander off into the different trails. And this one, actually, if you follow this trail, it kind of winds up here, and then it spits you out in this little, like, I don't even know what this is supposed to be. I was always like a fan of this, though. It's not really connected by roads or anything. It's just like this nice area, I guess. There's, some restaurant kind of stuff going on, and we got like some hot tubs hidden away, of course, right? What's the mod to build on top of stuff? If you want to clip buildings together, if that's what you're asking, or clip roads and stuff, that is the sharp angle junctions, but I want to say that it got replaced by something else. I can't remember what it is though. Anyway, let's get back to it. I was getting a little distracted there. I was just trying to show off in kind of chronological order what we built. I think these are still the only recycling and garbage incinerators that we have in the entire city, and for some reason it's been enough, which is kind of nice. I wonder how close we are. Oh, we're all right. But yeah, these have been here for forever. These are like one of the first things that I built. I kind of like that though. So moving on from there, I already kind of showed the downtown, but here's like the non-underground view of the downtown. It's pretty dense. Lots of buses and stuff everywhere, which is kind of cool. Let me know if this is super loud. I have a feeling that it's a little bit on the loud side. Whoa. Got some big, tall skyscrapers up here. I really haven't looked in here since I got this reworked American Road, so I'm quite a fan of it. When will I do a face reveal? I mean, I used to stream on Twitch like all the time, and I used to use a webcam. The only reason I'm not using a webcam now actually is because I just don't have it plugged into the right PC for it, so I just didn't use it. Pretty quiet? Oh, okay. I could always turn it up a little bit, but I think I'll just leave it as is for now. One of these cargo trains moving through over here. So after we built the main part of the city, oh, I forgot about this area over here. We've got this little cargo dock. I don't think this thing gets like any use anymore. You know, I really couldn't say. Oh, you know, it looks like it gets a little bit of use. Let's see. Let's speed it up. I think this guy's gonna come. Oh, he's gonna go to this one over here, isn't he? I don't know if this train just transfers. Oh no, they drop stuff off. But once I added, let's see, I don't know if I added any cargo facilities over here. There is one over here. This one gets quite a bit of use, but I think that just like the combination of these two has been fine for the whole downtown area, so no problems there, which is sort of nice. Alright, so there's that. This whole area, this is one of those things, right, that I built a super long time ago that I wish, you know, it's so old. There's so many old assets in it, and I'm pretty excited for the time when I start this new project and I'm going to have all of this ability to reshape and use new assets. It'll be kind of nice, because these are all pretty old, but I still like all these weird roads everywhere, but kind of cool. Even though this whole area definitely died down in use after I expanded and I added some new cargo facilities. But anyway, I think Dale was the next area to be built in, and you can kind of see actually it looks like some of these zones aren't even filled out. I don't really know why. There's demand for residential, just maybe not over here or something. I'm not really sure what's up with that. It's kind of odd. But I kind of like Dale. It's like a small little downtown kind of thing. We got the Alienware building in the middle there. Is Strict Toaster here? Ah, he is. Hey, Strict. You know, I wonder if I can... Hang on a minute. Oh, jeez, this is always so hard to do. I'm trying to, like... add moderator. There we go. It's so hard to do that because the chat's, like, moving so fast. Yeah, I mean, you can just go to my Twitch channel. It's pretty easy to see my face that way if you really are curious. Maybe someday I'll... Or not even someday. Maybe next stream I'll just throw on the webcam. I just didn't this time. So this is Dale, just the backside of Dale, and I really like this office district over here. I'm quite a fan. It's like pretty clean. I don't know if this like 6-lane was all that necessary. I mean, looking back, it's kind of odd, but I still like this interchange. It's kind of interesting. Some little loops and stuff. It's kind of got some cool symmetry too. Let's see. What else? So after that, after Dale and this side was all built, then I think it was this neighborhood back here. Ooh, and I like this. We also built this little restaurant kind of complex too. That was kind of like the first of its kind. I hadn't really done this before. So that was like the first time I ever tried that. I think that was still at least a year ago. It was a long time ago. So there's some neighborhoods back here, and then we're getting pretty close to this back area now. I can't remember if I built this first or if I built the airport first. Let's go to the airport because I know you guys wanted to know about that a little bit. So I built this like Westwood area over here. Regretfully, just kind of plopped down some zoning for commercial. I would have done something different with that, but this was kind of before that. The whole Rico thing was big, at least for me. Another like little trailhead area that winds up, and this actually connects with the it connects with the university trailhead, which is kind of cool. I think it also connects to the Opal trailhead, so it does go all the way around, which is pretty sweet. So this has got like full connection. You can walk all the way around here if you want to. You can even go up this way and connect to this. What is this called? It's like something GF Strauss Research Facility. There you go. I think that was like the guy that discovered Rhinestone. Somebody said I should name it that. That was a cool suggestion. Anyway, so yeah, there's that, and then I was getting totally distracted there. But here's Westwood again. A little hidden valley area back here. I think this is one of those things I didn't really show that much of, but I liked this little walkway with the old lighthouse over here. It's got like a little winding trail to this like water tower thing up here. Am I going to expand any more towns or create any more? Yeah, just a little bit in the region out this way probably for the end of the rally track. But other than that, that's why I'm not making episodes of Rhinestone anymore, is because I'm pretty much done with it, and I'm starting planning the next episode or the next series, I guess, which I don't really actually know how it's going to go yet. I don't really know everything about it, so I'm not going to say anything yet. Here's Hidden Valley. And it also winds all the way down this way. So you can really hike like all the way around this island, which is pretty sweet. This little camping thing down here is kind of cool. Lots of these like flowers. I didn't use any of the flowers over here, but I noticed that a lot in other areas. I used a few over here. It was pretty apparent at this research facility though. This is back when I was using these what was it? What's his name? I should know this. It's an asset creator. He makes pretty brightly colored trees and bushes. Strict Toaster would know. Oh, it's Breeze. That's what it was. Anyway. Yeah, so that's Westwood. So for the airport, I got some requests for people that were saying that they wanted a little bit more info about like the specs of the airport and like how it works. So I could show that off a little bit right now. I kind of showed it off in the episode, but yeah, it's Breeze. There you go. Shroom Blaze does make a lot of assets too, though. Yeah, so let's look at this real quick then, I guess, since I've gotten a few requests for this. Hey, Dylan, how's it going? Welcome. So this airport was designed in kind of an interesting way. So I wanted it to look like it functioned like any other airport where it's got, separate terminals, so like two different terminals, and then each one of them has like a pickup drop off lane kind of thing. But the thing about this game and the way any of these, like whether it's like an airport or a train station or it could be like a cargo, any sort of like incoming, outgoing, importing, exporting sort of building in this game, if you place more than one of them, it'll just default to only use the one closest to however the Sims are going to be getting to where they're going. So if I were to place just both of these on a road that just went out onto the highway, then what would happen is everybody would come in on the airport that was closest to wherever they're going, which would just be closest to getting on the highway again. So one of these would just be empty and it wouldn't work very well. So what I did instead, and I did this in some other areas too. I did this with like train stations, I think at one point. Maybe that was Fluxburg actually, but so this one here has a direct line in and out for cars. So you can see all these cars are exiting off of this this road here and then off onto the highway again. You might notice that this is the only exit location for traffic out of this airport. There's no traffic exiting by car out of this terminal. So everyone is taking a car out of this terminal. So everyone who wants to drive to their destination will land in this terminal and then take their car out. And then this terminal over here only has access to a railway. There's actually no exit. So as you can see, the only way into this loop is this like one-way street, and then all of this is just like a dead end. So as you can see, everybody exiting these terminals comes out on foot, and then they come underneath this little tunnel thing, and then they come around this way and they hop on the train station. So that was like a way to divide up evenly the traffic from this terminal and this terminal and make sure that they get even traffic flow, and then we have obviously dedicated terminals to the train and to driving. So that was kind of interesting. That's probably the most interesting part about this airport. Other than that, it's pretty, everything else is mostly detail work, right? We've got working runways. I think that they only really use this runway to take off and this one to land on. I don't really use this one get used very often, or this side for takeoff. Obviously, it's kind of meant to look like the side would be used for takeoff if you were like a cargo company or something. But is Addis here? Oh, and Tim the Terrible, also awesome. Yeah, but obviously these don't function, so it's just kind of there. I kind of wanted to act like this was an international terminal with like its own runway, but yeah, obviously it's just a terminal. So and then the train just kind of wind in through here, and they have two different locations. So if people are trying to get on or off here to be like at these parking garages, which are just like parks, they're not actually, you know, functional as like parking for while you're leaving in the airport or something. That's not really how it works, but they work as parks, so people will still go and visit them. So I have a little stop here, and then obviously this stop is the super busy one that is pretty much like constantly full of people. Like it's never not busy, which is pretty awesome actually. Oops. For some reason it's like we got a little, I think I actually deleted this when I made the cinematic too, and then I didn't save it, so it's just, I don't even know how to get to that. Like that. There we go. Anyway. One second. No walls. Yeah, it's kind of open air. I kind of like that though. I just like the look of these things when they kind of clip with a different building like this. I did that also in Copperville, all the way over here, which was kind of cool. Inside this building. Ooh, we got some frame rate on this side. Ah, Jay's here. No, I'm just actually not even, I'm having a hard time following the chat. Sorry about that. Welcome, Jay. Jay, if you guys don't know, that's B.S. Squigglehausen. He makes some pretty awesome assets for this game, and he's got his own series now, so I'd say check it out if I were you. Anyway, so that's the airport. Pretty, you know, I already kind of made a video on it, so it's not much to say. But I do think I'll make the next one on either the city or maybe even like the university or something. That would be kind of fun. Anyway, let's jump down to Luxaway Bay. I haven't looked at this area in a super long time, and I actually kind of trashed the frame rate over here. It's fine like here, and then you get close enough, and then it just drops to like 2 FPS because all these weird bushes and stuff. That was a pretty old project. Sorry, I'm just trying to read the chat at the same time. It's quite a bit of, I'm not used to having, I think when I stream on Twitch, I get, and it's been a while since I've done Twitch, but I usually only get like maybe 100 viewers or so at a time. So certainly is different having this many viewers. But you guys also get like a direct notification on YouTube subscriptions or whatever. So that's the difference. I think my following on Twitch is like maybe a couple thousand or something. Anyway, there's Bianco Hills. This is kind of like following that Super Mario Sunshine naming scheme we had going on with what was it, Delfino, Bianco Hills, Serena Beach, Rico Distribution Center. Oh, Peanut. I mean, we have quite a bit of little Super Mario Sunshine references in this map, actually. Anyway, this is Luxaway Bay. I'm quite a fan of this Unity Station. I actually never look at it anymore, but it's busier than ever at this point. It's pretty much constantly people trying to get on these trams from all of these train stations. Look at that. Man, I haven't seen it this busy in like well, ever, I guess. I haven't looked at this in a super long time. Let me turn that off full speed so you can see it better. My frame rate's obviously suffering from all these agents, but oh boy, now I have to make more videos. I'm kind of trying to like rush to finish all my work in Rhinestone so that at the very least, if the update breaks the game again, I don't have to wait like 3 weeks or something. That'd be kind of nice. But I'm pretty excited about it. I think that the new update's gonna be great. The new DLC. I don't know if it's paid. I'm assuming it's paid, but that's fine. But as you can see, this is actually. Oh, you know what? Now that I think about this, this is the dead end of the line that comes from the airport. So if I pull up my train map here, you can see what I'm talking about. This is well, they're both orange, so it's not. It doesn't really help, but this runs down here, runs down here. Wait a minute. Oh no, it goes this way. Why do I have one that also goes this way? I don't really know what's happening here. Oh no, there's no line there. That's just also the color of the track. Wow, that's really inconvenient. I should have probably picked different colors, but this line goes this way. It merges down here, comes out on this this like open area this way, around the bend over here, and then it comes out on the left side. So this is actually the dead end from the airport line. And then people who want to go from the airport to like Copperville will go to here and then transfer across this bridge to this station and then continue on down all the way to Copperville over here. The cool thing about this is these stations are actually also metros. I don't know if I connected them. Oh, I did. Yeah, they're dead ends for metros. So they also end the other lines. So Unity Station is really quite the unity of lines in all senses of the word. I mean, there's metro, there's train, there's tram. There's even bus routes that go in this way. So it's pretty crazy. A little bit of buffering, yeah, sorry about that. Favorite part of Rhinestone Island? Well, I almost always answer that with like the thing that I most recently built. And I feel like my playstyle and the way that I build things changes really quickly, even though I've been playing this map and this game for like a year and a half now, maybe 2 years actually. Wow, more than 2 years, man, it's been a while. I've been playing the game anyway, this map for like a year and a half or so, but I really like this like nature stuff that I built over here. I don't know if that's my favorite part of Rhinestone. I really like this this waterfall though. Kind of turned out nice, although I don't have adaptive prop visibility right now, so everything looks a little bit weird. Just when I zoom out anyway, which is kind of a bummer. I can't get it to work properly, especially with this stuff. It pops out really quickly. But I like this little thing up here. I don't know. I mean, those are all aesthetic though. In terms of like things that I've actually built, I like the networks that I've made. So maybe Unity Station, maybe the airport. One of those two probably. What's the place that I hate the most in Rhinestone? Oh geez. I mean, probably some of the first stuff that I built, really, if I had to be honest. I mean, one of the big things that I really don't like about Rhinestone is, I mean, I built this downtown area is like the first thing that I built in the whole game, in the whole save anyway. And if I could do it over again, I really would. I mean, like it looks fine, but I think I would have added more detail. I mean, as you can see, there's like no props. It's just kind of like some trees and stuff. But I don't know. I kind of also like being able to look back on stuff that I built a super long time ago and then compare it to stuff that I built recently. All right. What else? So, I didn't really show much of Luxaway Bay. I just showed this Unity Station here. I always like this little area too. I think some of the props are missing. It's kind of like this is when that ground prop mod like first came out, and I don't even know if it's out yet actually before this one came out, so maybe not, but Got a little diamond where all of our trams kind of run through. And then this is like the last depot. Oh, and you know what? This is also a cargo station. That's why we've had some alleviation of use from this station down here. But yeah, this one here is actually the last stop before it goes underground, comes out this way, and then goes all the way down to Rico Harbor, which is a dedicated harbor pretty much exclusively for... Let me see if I can fix this with... Nope, it doesn't do anything. Okay. Pretty much exclusively for this whole like Luxaway Bay area, and it's got quite a bit of commercials, so this was necessary. A little rail yard kind of hidden back here. Not very big. It's actually really small for a rail yard. What happened to Grizzly Valley? I talked about it earlier. I might come back to it. I mean, it's not like gone. I still have it. I just haven't touched it in a while. Will I put the map up? Yeah, I definitely will. I can't really promise it being easy to open. In fact, I'm sure it'll be super hard to open. But I'll put it up anyway, and you can mess around with it. I'll have my collection public as well, but you gotta toy around with the mods of it to get it to work. I mean, it's not even like a lack of like organization in my mods collection. It's like I literally, every time that I reload Rhinestone again after using Arrowhead and like reload the mod collection, I have to like deal with this. It's just like mods being incompatible or having the wrong ones enabled or whatever. It's kind of a pain. So let's see. Anyway, yeah, that's Rico Harbor. Down this way into Luxaway Bay, we have just across from Unity Station, actually, there's a couple of these like larger resorts that I tried to make. This is one of those things that I'd love to do again with more props, because this is kind of old now and I could definitely, I think, do better. Although this one turned out really cool, I think. I mean, this asset's already super cool. It's like, what is it, Hyatt? Is that how you pronounce it? Or Hyatt? I don't know. But yeah, big resort over here. We got some, of course, some hot tubs with rocks, as always. Some swimming pools over here. Little restaurant. I was a huge fan of this. Was like one of the most controversial things I've probably ever done in this game. Apparently, I don't know how this ended up happening, but comments. Everybody was really stirred up about the idea of having a tram that like winds straight through a resort. But I liked it a lot. I thought it reminded me a lot of like a Las Vegas resort or something. I was a huge fan of that. I just like, they look kind of like monorails, just kind of winding around the resort a little bit. I don't know. But anyway, it kind of bridges the middle ground here. We got the resort. We got a second resort over here. We got one more over here, and I'm actually surprised these assets are all still here. Actually, that's kind of nice. So beyond this, oh, the nightclub area. I totally forgot about this. Got a whole bunch of like nightlife stuff over here. Let me see if I can set the tone a bit better for this. And the evening doesn't look super great, actually. Let's go to like sundown or so. So we got some restaurants, a little plaza. There's like a couple hotels over here and some shops and things. All the parking in the middle. Oh man, another example of not having custom parking yet and doing stuff like this. I'm not really a fan of this parking lot. It's kind of weird. So lots of like conflicting locations for parking spots, but you know. Sorry, I'm trying to read the comments as well. Remake Las Vegas and Arrowhead. Am I going to use the mass transit DLC? Oh, definitely, yeah. That's the plan. So beyond this, though, I really liked this little beachside area. It's kind of like a, tennis court. Well, I don't even know what you call this thing, but like a changing room sort of thing with the beach, and there's like some restaurants and some outdoor market stuff going on. Oh, you know what happened is my Surface Painter got messed up again, and this always seems to happen every time that I have like a mess up with Surface Painter. It just, all of these things on the beach look super weird, so I gotta go back and remove them. I'll usually keep the stuff around where the foliage is if I can, but lots of this just needs to be removed. Let's do that real quick. It hasn't happened to me in a while though. Usually Surface Painter is pretty consistent. I just think must have been a while ago and I just didn't notice it or something. Show airport. Yeah, I just showed the airport. If you want to see it though, this will be posted on my channel afterwards, and I did some explanation. I went over the whole thing. Let's see. A little bit more over here. There's some back here. Yeah, that's the one thing about having that like ruined texture being like a dirt kind of thing, is it makes all these beach assets look a little bit odd, but no big deal. Oh yeah, you can rewind the live stream. I think I actually have it set up so that while I'm live, you can go back in time and watch it. So yeah, I'd recommend doing that. Probably like what, 20 minutes ago or something? How long have we been live for? Oh, like 40 minutes or so. Okay, not bad. Anyway, that was the beachside area. Oh, there's like a big, I forgot about this stadium back here. It's not even vanilla. I think this is a custom asset or something. This is like the end of the tram route at the very back by the stadium. I kind of liked that as well. Let's see if we can get up close here without like the worst frame rate in existence. It'll probably be pretty bad, so excuse my frame rate. This whole Luxaway Bay area, I really like the areas where lots of Rico was used, but I kind of wish that we had more Rico at the time whenever I was zoning it, because all the zoning looks kind of so-so, I guess. It's not terrible, but it could be better. So in the future, again, one of those things. And I think Strictoser did this with his series, and I'm sure I'll do the same thing. They're pretty much just going to go full Rico, and I'm not going to zone pretty much anything. I mean, maybe like neighborhoods, but that's pretty much it. Really no reason to zone commercial anymore, because the buildings all look the same, and I'd rather just pop them myself. But this area, I think, turned out kind of nicely. Let's see if we can get like a better view of it. This is like the main part of the casino area, so you've got access to tram, which is kind of nice. You got a bunch of different casinos. Man, I wish the clipping was off. I think if I tab to first person, it's gonna get way worse. So I'm not even gonna try and do that. But a little like, this is like the Nero's Palace. I think it's supposed to be like Caesar's Palace, and then the mall back here. This big globe fits super well. I actually added little restaurants and seating inside the globe, which I think was kind of cool. And then a little beachside area next to this casino, and then this giant thing, this big like modern looking building by the art museum over here. Sorry, I'm trying to read the chat as well. Sorry for being so out of it. Beyond that, what else do we do? So we got this little yeah, pretty much every single asset for casinos that was out at the time, so it's pretty packed with casinos. Some little parking over here. What else? And the hires, and I already covered this area over here, so let's see. I think that's pretty much it for Luxaway Bay. I mean, obviously there's this whole area. This intersection is pretty interesting, actually. This tram just kind of winds straight through the middle there. Pretty wacky. And oh, and I actually like this tram stop back here too. This is supposed to be like a tram stop specifically for going to the beach, and it's got a little holding area back here, and a little like U-turn kind of thing back on this side as well. It's not very popular though. Not many people. In fact, that was a totally empty train. Mostly because there's really not like an incentive to go down here. It's not like a park. Probably should put down some like people park generators or something. That was before that though, so never really happened. What do I think the population is accurate? Well, yeah, definitely not. They have to kind of fudge it a little bit to make it work. Yeah, these are all super old. I mean, I built this probably at least a little less than a year, maybe a year. Thanks, Tristan. Glad you like it. That is my first ever, what is that? Like they call it super chat or something? I heard about that. I didn't know if it was going to work. I just enabled it. I have no idea. It's kind of cool though. It's kind of a nice feature. I like the way that YouTube handles everything. Because on Twitch, you got a like third-party stream tip or something, and then you got some random company taking part of the money or whatever. it's much better for creators to have something like super chat, because then it just goes straight to the way we usually make money anyway. It's very convenient. Why no Twitch? I want to try something new. It's kind of nice to do it here on YouTube because I can reach a bigger audience. More of you guys will see that I'm live. And I did say that I was going to be sort of doing this in place of the last few episodes, and then also adding the cinematics. So I wanted to make sure that it was viewable by as many people as possible. It's the main idea anyway. So let's start moving into some newer stuff then. We got unfinished rally track area. This is still a work in progress. The rally tent area is pretty close to being done actually, but we definitely need to add some stuff over here, add some foliage over here. This whole interchange is pretty empty still. Yeah, but I do like the track. It starts over here and it winds up this way. You can see the tape kind of barely right there. There's some rally tape all around. Did I show the university yet? Yeah, I did. If you go back in time a little bit, you can see it. Probably like 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes or so. It was like the second thing that I showed, so. Oh, Tim's out. All right, see you later, Tim. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, this I might need to remove some of this tape. I got some comments saying that there's usually not rally tape everywhere, but this little thing goes up here. This is like the track. Winds around this way. It's pretty curvy, and I quite like this little, not even town, it's just like a few houses and some farmed stuff. I really don't have much of this in Rhinestone Island, so I want to do more of this. This is what a lot of this is going to be like. Who's Tim? Tim's a content creator, or a custom content creator in the workshop. He makes assets and stuff. Show research base. Thanks, Bryson. Show research. Oh, trying to think of the research. Oh, you mean the CF Strauss? I think I showed this once before, but I'll show it off a little bit. I kind of glanced over it. It's got a nice little dirt trail that kind of winds up from what is this called again? Caspian Ridge? Yeah, Caspian Ridge. I'm surprised I still remember that actually. So it kind of comes up from Caspian Ridge and then winds around over to here, and we got this like super cool, I don't even know what this is supposed to be. I guess it is a research facility. Okay, I was a fan of that one though. It's a cool asset, and these look super cool at night too. I think I've got like a whole bunch of different screenshots of these things at night because they look super awesome. The lights and everything, I'm a fan of that. That's awesome. Anyway, there's that. Glad you liked the live stream. Yeah, I didn't really, I mean, I knew it would be pretty casual. I think I put in the description, but it's pretty casual. I don't really know exactly what all we'll be doing. Like I was saying earlier, probably just doing some detailing and stuff. Hey, Squared Specs, thanks so much, man. Carry on with game dev. That's awesome. I'm actually, I'm studying computer science right now, and I've been kind of playing around a little bit with game development, and it's quite a lot of fun. I'd love to do something like that in the future. I think it'd be so much fun. So anyway, what was I was showing off this area over here, and then I got to here, and that's kind of where I stopped. Let me see if I can get a better lighting up here for this area. But man, this new like map theme is super gorgeous. I'm totally a fan. It was Captain Soap who helped me with this one. So thank you to Captain Soap. I don't know if he's watching or not, but super awesome. And I really want to make something like this in the future, but the water is super nice. And then it kind of winds up here. We got some rocks and whatnot. This is all very recent, so I'm just gonna kind of glance over it a little bit. And then Copperville. This is like the last area that needs to be touched on quite a bit. Thanks, Checo Boy. Thank you, Chris. Oh, and Bryson. Hello back home in Colorado. Military base for Arrowhead. So we've kind of touched on this a little bit, Strict Toaster and I, and Fresh when we were still in contact, and we were still not really entirely sure if we want to do that or not, just kind of based on what we're shooting for. So we'll update you on that if it does become a thing. We are still planning out the last little bits of that, so it's kind of up in the air right now. I can't really say anything about it. Thank you, Gabe. Grizzly Valleys matter. I do really want to jump in on that and finish up that one. I think once this new expansion comes out, I will most certainly jump in on that. That would be awesome. What kind of music do I listen to? Well, I wish I could show you, but I can't because YouTube will take down my stream. But I'm kind of everywhere, honestly. Lately, I've been really into that like chill hop kind of stuff. It's been like getting live streamed on YouTube all the time. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. It's been really popular on like YouTube Live though. Thanks, KY. So from here, okay, so we got this little area in the back. This is where we put the end of the railway, and we got some resorts, of course. I think this one was definitely the coolest resort we built. Got some little like seawalls, and then the marinas over here. It's a bummer that I can't use adaptive prop visibility because that was a really easy way to see everything. But when I zoom out, you can see it all disappears now. So I need to figure that out. Oh yeah, you can follow me on Spotify. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, if you just like go on Spotify, I think you can even just type in like FluxTrance. I mean, my username is FluxTrance on Spotify, but yeah, you can do that too. I've got playlists that are public. I think I used to use them. I did used to use them a lot when I streamed on Twitch, and then I haven't done that in a while. Do I have network extensions? No, I don't actually. I did the entire project without network extensions. I think of a time I just didn't really want to mess with that. Like I didn't want to change the way the roads worked because I know that's an easy way to cause incompatibility later on. But I don't know. I mean, it seems to be fine now that we're using it in Arrowhead, so I'm not really too concerned. I might go back to it or start using it in my next project. I wish this wasn't gone. I don't know. I think it was what was it, like a Walgreens or something? Or not a Walgreens. Can't remember what was here. A Macy's? It was a Macy's. Did it get taken down or something? Whoa, where did these come from? Oh, I know what happened. These are part of a collection that I'm subscribed to, so they keep getting added. I guess I don't have a Macy's anymore. Unless it's in here. It's got some Walmarts. Staples, Bed Bath & Beyond. Thanks for the $5, bitch ass. Appreciate it. Favorite drink or cocktail? I probably shouldn't answer that because I'm not really of age in the old United States of America. But yeah, we'll leave it at that, I guess. I got a Planet Fitness. Wow, I haven't seen all these new things. It's kind of cool. Smoothie King. 3x4. Oh, it's just like a generic shopping center. Planet Fitness would kind of fit. I just want that Macy's back. I don't know where it went. I might have to. I'll probably come back to this area later then, and we'll tweak it. What's the drinking age for Colorado? Well, the drinking age in the U.S. is 21. Favorite drink or cocktail when you're not in the U.S.? I mean, just beer is good, honestly. I'm really like a mixed drink kind of guy. Yeah, I'll mess with this later. I really wish that it wasn't gone though. It's too bad. Anyway, oh yeah, I totally forgot about these little things we built. These little apartment complexes over here. We got the coffee place. I'm not really a fan of this lighting right now. Let's see if we can tweak this a little bit. Oops, that's a little bit too close. There we go. Got some apartments over here. Got some neighborhoods and stuff. This area is just, oh man, frame rate gets terrible. It's all because of this stuff, honestly. I was really not careful with how much foliage I put down, and it definitely shows. This is like right when I discovered the Move It copy paste tool, and I didn't really pay much attention to how much I was putting down. And it looks pretty cool, but it's really not good for frame rate. So certainly needs some tweaking. I'll probably that'll be something that I'm more careful about in my next series. I think this whole little like peninsula is super cool though. Like the parking and like all the beach houses are I'm totally a fan of those. And I think the rocks really make it. Whoever made those rock assets did a really good job. Do I live in Canada? No, I'm in the US. Yeah, these little beach houses I was quite a fan of at the time and still am now. I mean, these are also pretty recent, so. You know, that guy who asked me what my favorite thing is that I built in this game, this whole area might be it, honestly. I've got a similar kind of area over here as well. Lots of palm trees and stuff. I like how the water looks, though. It's really nice. That totally makes it, in my opinion. How can there be white lines on a gravel parking lot? You know, that sounds ridiculous, but a lot of the parking lots that are dirt and gravel where I live, what they'll do is they'll use just like chalk, like super dense chalk of like white chalk, and they'll like lay lines like that, kind of in the same way that they lay lines on a baseball field, and like just do that, and people use it. I don't know. It's not. Obviously, it's not ideal, but it's the only way to get actual parking in this area, so decided to go with it. I don't think it looks too bad. Here's this like giant restaurant, luxurion kind of complex thing. Anyway, I think we pretty much covered everything, right? Should we start working on some stuff? I'm kind of tempted to try putting some music on. I'm worried about putting it on YouTube afterwards. That's the one thing. I probably just won't mess with it right now. It's not worth it right at this point. All right. It looks like this is all still when you're zoomed out. It's kind of weird. All right. I say we just jump right into the terraforming. It's probably the first thing to do. There's a lot of work to be done. Why not find uncopyrighted songs? Well, I could do that, but I don't want to do it while I'm live, and I don't have like a playlist of non-copyright music, so you know. Drinking noise. Is that like super loud? It probably is. So let's start. You know, I wanted to show one more thing actually. Not even city related, but someone asked earlier about recording in this game and filming stuff and how I go about doing that. So I found something super cool in the let me see, what do I want to do? I want to change the lighting just a little bit. I found something super cool in this cinematic camera extended, where you can tweak the field of view, and I love using super narrow field of view. I know it looks kind of wacky, and it's really disorienting to use, but let me go somewhere where it might make sense. Let's try like, oh god, this is so hard to work with. I mean, you can see, oh, I'm also in the wrong, hang on, I'm in the wrong, you can really see the difference between 90 and 20. I'm in the wrong FOV setting, or what is it, depth of field setting. If you have it on normal, it'll actually mess everything up. You need legacy if you want to do this, but you pop it into legacy, and then you go back here with 20. So obviously all the FOV or LODs get messed up, but I use this LOD toggler that I have. It really messed up the frame rate, but you can get all the LODs back with it, and then you can get some like kind of interesting like shots with 20 FOV or like super narrow FOVs like this. It looks a lot more like a real life camera, I think, than than anything else. I mean, it's really disorienting, so I'm going to stop now, but you can see what I mean. I used a lot of those for the most recent video that I made. I'm a fan, though. When I create districts, do you use the mid to select the growables you want in an area? I mean, yeah, I use the district to do that, but I don't use growables very often anymore. Only for residential, really. Everything else is all Rico, so. Make a volcano. Sweet, sweet telephoto effect. Yeah, it really looks nice in a video game. You don't really see that very often, so. And you can pull it off. I think it looks a lot more realistic. Or it just looks more like real life because it's telephoto. You don't get that in video games very often. How many hours I've put in this project so far? Probably, I think I had like 300 hours in the game whenever I finished Fluxburg. And right now I have like 1,200, maybe 1,250. So, I don't know. Probably like 90 hours or so, or 900 hours, I mean, or so. Alright, let's get going on this. Fix the lighting a bit. So, it's kind of hard to see whenever you have this thing on, but I want to maintain a lot of these like big kind of broad cliffs here without just like sharpening everything, but maybe we should start with this area first, actually, since it's kind of, well, I don't really want to do any terrain manipulation over here because we're gonna be adding stuff like buildings and whatnot over here later, so maybe not over there. Let's just finish this side then, because I haven't even touched this yet. The payment system for Super Chat is borked. Yeah, I have no idea. This is my first time using YouTube Live. I don't really even know how it works. I just thought a lot of the features seem kind of nice. So the main one being that I can just notify you guys immediately that I'm live from YouTube, which is like where most of you follow me. So it just makes the most sense. All right, well, let's just start with something here. I want to sharpen up this mountain on the backside, I guess, and then we'll probably move out towards the other areas from here. Try and keep this like relatively consistent. Oops. There we go, something like that. Slope to steep. That just like sounds like a Roller Coaster Tycoon reference. I don't know if that's what you're trying to do, but that's exactly what they call a track piece in Roller Coaster Tycoon. Slope to steep. I kind of like splitting these branches at the end. I think it looks kind of cool. Alright. This is totally where I'd dig having some music or something. Maybe I'll like stop and start the stream, and then that way everything beyond this we can listen to music, and then if it gets flagged I can just drop that part from the stream. Because the other one's just an overview, and it kind of makes sense to just do that anyway, right? Why the hell not, right? Alright, let's just try that. In worst case we get flagged, and then I just, you know, no worries. I don't think I get a strike immediately, right? Yeah, okay, hang on. Let me just, I want to fix this again. I don't like the way that one went. Get some music. Alright, let's get some music. Okay, I'm going to temporarily kill the stream, like on purpose, so that I can have like a save of it like this. I don't really know how this works, but I assume that would work fine. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I think I'm live again. I have no idea, actually. Hopefully. Is this super loud? Let me know. Sounds a little bit loud. It is super loud. Loud and clear. Okay. Good sound. I'm gonna just listen on my own so I can hear it. Super loud. Loud and clear. Oh, I couldn't even tell. Hang on. I hate listening to myself on stream, but I have to do it. I'm sorry. Good sound. I'm gonna just listen on my own. Okay, it needs to be a little bit louder, actually. I'll put it where it was. I also paused it. Hang on. Alright, we're good. So, hopefully this doesn't get flagged. I don't think it will. I mean, I don't think this should be copyright free, but I don't never know. I don't know. YouTube is really finicky about that, so. Oh, we good? Looks like we're good. Oh my, oh that's weird. Never mind, we're good. Barely hear the music. Hang on, I don't want to make it too loud because I don't want, in case it does get flagged, but you know what, whatever, I'll crank it to where it was. Let me know how that is. That seems good to me though. It's supposed to be a little bit quiet though, I don't want it. Is it still too low? I turned it up, so I think we're good. Alright, sweet. Anyway, back to what we were doing. So this, ooh, I really want to mess with this area. This is gonna look good, but I need to get this part done first. I play Pokemon Go? No, I don't. Only because I never like owned Pokemon cards as a kid or like watched the show, so I just had like no interest in it at all. I'm sure if I watched it I would be more interested, but I didn't, so felt a little left out during that whole thing, but it's all good now. No one really plays it anymore, so at least no one that I know. I'm sure people play it, I just don't. I try to answer as many people as I can. I have like actually no ability to play this game and look at chat at the same time. It seems like it's really hard to do both, but try my best. Seems like a really specific request. Can I play that ukulele song from Kickstarter? I don't even know what you're talking about. That seems really specific. See, Sing for Absolution. Thanks for hanging out for a bit. People want Volcano. I just don't have the assets for it. I mean, it would just look like a mountain with like a poorly drawn hole at the top because you really don't have that much of like fine control over over very, very small parts of terrain. So it's really hard to make something look like an actual volcano. I just don't think it would look very good. That was not what I wanted to do. Let's go for a little bit smaller here. I need mods. Yeah, I know I need mods. Like I was saying earlier, I literally just started streaming on YouTube for the first time. I've streamed on Twitch before, but never on YouTube, so. Jack says, military base for Westwood Resort. I wonder how many people on my channel really even like remember Westwood Resort. That's kind of an old thing. That's pretty funny though. That's obviously where the military base should go. I don't like the look of this area over here. I want to see what we can do. It's kind of like a smooth valley right now. Maybe I'll just try and smooth it out a little bit more to make it nicer. It's a really shit song that every Kickstarter uses. I believe you. I'll take your word for it. I don't really want to listen to it. Some like super generic royalty-free music, I'm assuming. What am I doing? Good question. I'm making mountains right now. That's pretty much it. I'm just working more on Rhinestone, and this is why I'm doing this live. Is because I'm just gonna be building mountains and terraforming and tweaking stuff. So I figured, why not do it live? That way I don't have to make an entire episode of building mountains, you know. Plus, it's kind of fun to go live, I think. I especially am enjoying doing it on YouTube. This is my first, like I said, this is my first time on YouTube, and it's been pretty good so far. Okay, that's kind of weird. Let's get rid of that sand up there. Kind of like these ridges, though. Just use tree brush and cover it all up. I do that afterwards. We're getting just a little bit too small. You can see, like, already when I get that small, it just kind of starts doing weird stuff with the terrain. It's just almost impossible to make something like a volcano out of that. I mean, if it was like a big volcano, I could probably do it, but even then, I don't really have the assets for it. Don't want to see the side of the mountain. Let's see if I can fix that. Seems like no matter where I go, it's always shadows in certain places. Do I have the Disasters DLC? I actually don't, which I think a lot of people are always surprised to hear. Like this game is like 90% of my channel, and I've been playing it for like 2.5 years since release. And I just didn't buy one of the DLC, but I don't know, I didn't really think it was necessary. Like, I don't really have any use for the Disasters, so I just didn't buy it. And I mean, it's been fine without it. I still got all the free stuff that came with it, so. I will absolutely do some maintenance work on my whole YouTube live streaming setup after this stream. Probably add some more moderators, and maybe I'll make a overlay or get my webcam set up or something, because I didn't really like do a whole lot of planning before this. I pretty much just like came home from class and I was like, oh, it would be kind of fun to just stream, and so I did. I like making little cutaways in the mountain like this. Get it a little bit smaller. It's hard to get a little smaller than, like, once you get below 60, you really are pushing it on the limits of this game. You can't really define terrain that tiny. I get questions like this all the time. Antoine is asking me where Flux Trance came from. I've gotten that question like a million times. Honestly, there's really not a good answer to that question. Like, I think I made it as like a username before I even did YouTube back in like high school, like early high school probably. And I just like kind of thought it was cool. So I made it, and that's that. And now it's like permanently my branding for like forever. So I kind of like the look of this. Some of this is a little too rounded for my taste, but I think it's okay. Sounds like a type of cleaner product. I like how like defined and sharp the top of this peak is though. Very steep mountains over here. Thank you, SJ. Yeah, I really don't know. I really don't know like what the conversion rate is for like South Korean currency to like US dollars. I've no idea how much that is. If it's a lot, then thank you. And if it's not a lot, then thank you still. But I have no idea how to properly thank you because I just totally can't do that conversion in my head. But thank you, SJ. Glad you like the channel. Good afternoon. It's a little late in the evening for me. Is that what it's like after? What is it after? What is it in it's like South Korea? I know in like Europe right now. What are you guys like 7 hours ahead of us? So that's like, oh, wouldn't it be like 4 or 3 in the morning there or something? It's totally 5,000 US dollars. Yeah, isn't it like 7 hours ahead is European. I guess it would make sense. Guess it would make sense to be like an extra. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. 4:16 in the morning. How many of you guys are in like the European kind of like that region? I imagine. I know my audience is like surprisingly a lot less US based than I think I would guess, but I don't know if that means that a lot of you guys would be okay. In the UK it's like 3:16 in the morning, right? It's like pretty late. You're like 7 hours ahead. Yeah, that's what I thought. NYC, awesome. Germany, New Zealand, wow. Belgium, you guys are all over the place. Canada, New Zealand, Germany, Norway, France. Man, that's awesome. NYC. Sweet. Wow, all over the place. India, Netherlands. Ooh. I can't even read at this point. You guys are quick. Yeah, once you get to like 30, you can see just how not easily it can manipulate this kind of stuff. It doesn't work very well anymore. Hawaii. If you want to know what's up with Fresh Popcorn, I'd recommend watching the latest Arrowhead Junction episode. Or you know what? No, not the latest episode. Watch the progress update that Strict and I did. It should be on my. It is on my channel, and it's also on the playlist. It's episode 20.5, I think. That is 100% everything that I know. I pretty much know exactly as much as you guys about the situation. So that's why I don't really speak about it, because I don't really have anything that I can tell you. And I don't really want to speak for somebody else, you know? Is he sick or something? Oh. This big mountain peak here, I kind of want to keep it relatively smooth on the face, so I'm just going to make a couple little like kind of cuts here and there, but I'm going to try and try and let it keep most of its shape. I just don't want it to be like too flat that it's like uninteresting. So any ideas or teaser about the next project? I mean, I really don't have anything to tell you. I haven't really planned it out yet, mostly because I've been busy trying to finish Rhinestone, so I just haven't had time to like plan out the next project. And on top of that, I'm in school full time, so I'm worrying about classes and stuff. So I just don't really have like all the time in the world to be planning stuff out right now, if I'm being real honest. Does anyone recognize this track as a, it's actually like a really popular sample that's been used in a couple different pretty cool albums, like rap albums that you might not know about. I'm curious if any of you guys even know what I'm talking about. I'll let you guys, I'll let anybody who potentially knows maybe answer me. If not, maybe I'll tell you at the end. Is it Ocean Man? It's not, no. Good guess though. Shouldn't I be studying? That's what I did all week. That's why I get to relax now. I have been a little bit into Rocket League lately, I have to admit. It's quite a bit of fun. It's a nice game just to like sit back and relax and play sometimes. I don't think I'm that terrible at it either. I've even considered hopping on maybe on like my Twitch channel and streaming it. I certainly wouldn't stream it on YouTube. Really not relevant whatsoever to my channel, but it's kind of fun. Mystery Skulls? Never heard of him actually. I don't know anything about that. If you tweet me a link to his music or her music or whatever, I'll listen though. I always like finding new music. I think the front of this mountain is pretty good. I want to have a bit more definition on this side, but like I said, I don't want to do too much to this. But I'd rather get rid of the parking lot asset or of a terraforming tool. I mean, I have like a billion parking lot assets, but I could even get rid of those and just place parking lots. I would much rather get rid of the parking lot asset. Terraforming tool is like critical. Absolutely critical. See ya, Cab Gaming. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat while I go. Strict Toaster's still here. Kind of surprised. Thanks for sticking around. The lonely palm tree on top. It's kind of nice, isn't it? I think I'll keep it there. Some of my tree brush tool didn't really reach certain areas. New blimps and cable cars are really boring after a few hours of play. You think so? I think it's gonna be awesome. You're recording AJ while I rumble. Well, that's good. Get some progress done on that. You'll have to hit me up on Skype later. I'd like to see. Or would Rhinestone be in real life? I get that question asked a lot too. Honestly, this is maybe not super relevant, but I just don't really, I've never really been super interested in recreating things. Like, I know a lot of people really like to do that, but I'd rather make something that's just like not placed anywhere in the world. So that's why I don't really ever think about that. I don't know what it would be though. I mean, you could probably take some guesses based off of just, oh my god, look at this guy. That's quite a slope to be climbing on. Is that like a cat? Like a wolf or something? What happened was I made a whole bunch of like animal spawn locations, and I just never got rid of them whenever I made the mountains. So sometimes they spawn in some super weird areas. Skyrim horsey. Pretty much. Animal spawn mod. I don't know if there's a mod that lets you adjust the animal spawn locations. Oops. I don't think that my current mod lets me do it. I just know that it's available in the base game when you're making a map. I would guess that there's some sort of mod out there that lets you tweak it. I mean, it's not really like a super crazy part of the game. Like, it just lets animals spawn, and I don't know. I'm sure there's a mod out there for it if you're really interested in it. Have I ever played Tropico 5? I haven't. I know some people that were like in my circle that kind of got into it, but I never really did. I do like other games sort of in that genre. Obviously, it's kind of like SimCity and City Skylines, but I think around the time that that game came out, I was playing Civ 5 a lot, so I just didn't really have a lot of interest. What's my major? I am majoring in computer science. Look, he's making his way down. He's almost to the bottom. Another one down here. Little friend. It's so weird when I like start doing stuff like this, like terraforming the mountain. I just completely like forget where I am, and I just like let the mountain kind of guide me, and I keep working on different areas. The next thing I know, I'm like, oh, I'm over here by Copperville Pass. How did that happen? I was over here. It's weird. How many years does my comp sci course have? The major that I'm in is it's 4 years, but I could get my master's. That'd be another 2 years. You missed the Tycoon 2 series? And it's not, I mean, it's not entirely gone. Like, I still have the project, and I do want to eventually finish it. I have other priorities right now that make it really hard to ever come back to it. That's kind of the same thing with Grizzly Valley. Like, what I really want to do is I want to wrap up Rhinestone. So that's the first priority, and that's why I'm streaming it right now. But what I also want to do is I want to play Planet Coaster. That's like priority number 2, and that doesn't really that already is so hard to get to with classes and YouTube that I don't see anything else really coming anytime soon until I can get those 2 things going. You know what I mean? But I do see Westwood coming back as kind of like a little side project. If I happen to be out and I'm like, maybe I go back to visit family or something, and I don't have my main PC with me, and all I can do is play Roller Coaster Tycoon, maybe I'd do that. That would be kind of fun. But I really don't know. Hopefully that makes sense. Will I play Planet Coaster? Absolutely. Yeah, like I said, it's like my second priority, and I'd really like to get to it as soon as possible. I mean, it is the game that I'm probably the most excited about. I just have had no time to get to it, you know? Am I concentrating on a specific field of CS? Kind of, yeah, I don't know. I guess to answer that question, my major is pretty broad. Like, it's covering a lot of different classes, so it's hard to say. But technically, my major does focus a little more on game development than other types of software. Although I really like software engineering, so I don't know. Obviously, it's terraforming. Do I play an instrument? That's a good question. I played an instrument in high school. I played the trombone in high school. I'd like to think I could still play it if I like busted it out. Probably not though. It'd probably be pretty bad. Pretty good at Guitar Hero if that counts. Probably not though. No way, Jay, you play trombone also? You should like get together sometime and make a trombone duet. Trombone off. I mean, I played trombone for a while. I played it all through high school, and I was like in the school's jazz band and everything. And I liked it. It was fun. I kind of, if I was being real honest right now, I kind of wish I would have picked a different instrument. But even still, I had a lot of fun playing trombone. I really wish I still played an instrument, actually. I kind of thought about like picking up guitar or piano or something, but I never really got around to it. It's just the stuff I wanted to do, I guess. Played for 8 years? Oh my god. Yeah, you would definitely probably play much better than me. My trombone is still like at my parents' house in like a different state. Like I haven't touched it since high school, so it's probably like really messed up too. Like I'm pretty sure that the slide was like had a few dings in it, so it was like already really not in optimal position or in optimal condition, and playing it was like difficult. It would like stick in different positions, so I'm sure now after not touching it for forever, it's probably a mess. God, this is a little bit like not quite fine enough of controls, so you can see where these ridges are kind of getting all funky. Why not be a city planner? I don't know. I thought about going to school for architecture. It's not really the same thing, but I thought about it a little bit. I don't know. I think that the main thing is that the thing that interested me the most, like the thing that I wanted to learn the most, was programming. Like, and I still am pretty happy with that decision. Like, that's definitely the thing that I'm most interested in, like learning in a higher education environment. It doesn't really mean that I can't do anything else. It just means that this is what I'm learning. This is what I'm spending my money on, I guess. I think that's a good way of looking at it. Hey, it's Adam. What's up, buddy? Homework is what's up. Really? Aw, that's too bad. Have some fun. Download City Skylines. What is the next episode of Rhinestone going to be about? I haven't quite figured that out yet. Right now, I'm thinking downtown Rhinestone would be a pretty cool subject matter. I don't really know, though. A little bit of B.I.G. What I rate this game on a scale of 1 to 100? 100. There you go, there's your answer. Done. Nah, it's a great game. It's so good. Especially for the price. It's amazing that this game was released for 30 bucks. I mean, it was by an independent studio, so it makes sense, but still, it's incredible. I mean, this game feels to me like a AAA title. Like, it's really well done, considering it's just an indie studio that made it. I don't know if Colossal Order is considered indie, but pretty small. Very dependent. Your move, SimCity. You guys know that that branch of Maxis got shut down, right? Like they can't even. They're totally they're done. It's just too bad. It was I mean, a lot of those people working on that project were really talented. I'm sure. I mean, I know they're off doing other things. I still follow a few of them. How long have I been working on this? I've been working on this live stream for like an hour and 40 minutes. I've been working on this city for like, I think someone else asked this question and it was like a little over 900 hours, something like that. Since like a year and a half ago or so. What programming language is my most favorite? Well, I've only really ever programmed in like 2 languages, but probably C#, because that's what I write in right now, and I like it. It's very nice. I started in Python, but the IDE is a little more bare bones, and kind of take for granted all of the nice things that come with a good IDE, like Visual Studio. Kind of want to do something with this little area over here, but the sand is a little weird. Don't know how I feel about that. Shit. There we go. What do I drive? I drive a 2002 Subaru Impreza, the Bug-Eye. I think I'm liking this look. Some of these areas they have like, let me see if I can get a better angle on it. Yeah, I'm only having a few little detail pieces. I think I need to continue to tweak little bits kind of around it so it doesn't look so unnatural, you know. I need some more lines kind of coming down in certain areas. It's not a WRX. I wish it was a WRX. A little in my price range though, so. Am I gonna wait for mass transit? Probably not. In fact, I'll probably do the opposite. I'll probably try and finish this before mass transit comes out, because I don't want to deal with an update that breaks a bunch of assets. I will most certainly be using mass transit in the next project, whatever that may be. Great work, Flux. I enjoyed every single episode of Fluxburg, Grizzly Valley, Rhinestone Island, and Arrowhead Junction. Well, thank you. Appreciate the donation. Wow, all the way back to Fluxburg. Awesome. I do like a lot of the fun stuff we got to do in Fluxburg, like all the kind of fun road planning stuff that didn't really happen as much in Rhinestone Island, mostly because Rhinestone has a lot more prop and detail work, but I think I want to get back to that a little bit in the next project, make some crazy interchanges and stuff like we always do. You know what, I don't know how I like all these ridges in a row here like this. I kind of want to smooth it out at some points. It's a little too much, I think. Maybe a little bit better. Road planning for Fluxburg was 10 out of 10. I mean, it kind of was until it like really failed. Like that whole bridge that crossed from Flux City to oh geez, what was that other side even called? I can't even remember anymore. There was one bridge though that was just a total mess. Like I could not fix the traffic on it no matter what I did. You thought I was Envy when you watched my Megapark series? That's kind of funny. I used a lot of his music, so that makes sense. Man, that's like some old stuff you're bringing up, though. I haven't listened to that in so long. That was back when I got all my music off of Newgrounds. That's an old website for you. Thanks, Declan. Well, I'm glad you decided to hang out for 2 hours watching me play this game that you don't own. I mean, it's a great game. You should really consider buying it. It's really relaxing. It's just nice to play. Nice to sit back and just build on something. I mean, especially when you have like a project that you've been working on for months or even years. It's kind of nice to just add a little bit at a time each day. Do I like lo-fi hip-hop? I'm a big fan, yeah. That's pretty much what I've been listening to this whole stream. Or at least the whole portion that's had music anyway. Ah, I gotcha. I missed your joke there on the. Yeah, no, it's. I mean, I do the same thing though. Like I own this game, and a lot of times instead of playing it, I'll just sit back and watch someone else play it. It's kind of nice. Get a little inspiration, and it's a nice game to watch. I wish it was more popular on like Twitch or YouTube. I wonder how many people are even playing it on YouTube right now besides me. Maybe a few. This is looking really strange. I don't know how I feel about this little area. And it's kind of nice because it's different than everything else, so maybe I'll just keep it and add some trees over it and it'll be fine. Whoa. Oh, it's just another spawn. Who's my favorite City Skylines creator? That's a pretty tough question. That's a really tough question. I feel like I'd be stomping on some friendships if I answer that. No, I'm joking. I don't think anyone would get offended by me answering this question. I don't know. I mean, obviously I watch Trick Toaster a lot because we work together on Arrowhead. Addis is awesome. Yudo is awesome. I always really liked Yudo's stuff. And he actually recently got his YouTube channel back. I don't know if any of you guys know who Yudo is, or because he hasn't been super active lately. But he had some really cool stuff, like really interesting stuff to me, just because it was so like out there and different than everything else on YouTube. Making some like super futuristic cities and stuff. But his channel got deleted and he couldn't recover it for a while. Fortunately, he like just got it back, so he is yeah, he's still around, which is awesome. Thanks, Brashguy Games, appreciate it, man. Spaghetti interchange and all. Trick Toaster. Now, of course you should. I mean, if you're looking for people to watch, definitely just go to my channel, go to the sun, go to my channel, and then go to my recommended channels and take a look at those guys, because everybody over there is pretty awesome. You know what? I don't want to do something different here. This is weird. This is super weird. I kind of like these like big cuts into the mountain. No, I want to do that over here too. The nice thing about YouTube live streaming so far is that it's been super light on my CPU, and I've been streaming at a pretty high bit rate, and it's been alright. I think anyway. Am I dropping frames? I haven't noticed any drop frames. I'm pretty sure we've been pretty good. Oh, sweet, Vanessa. Thank you. I will take a look. I always love finding new music, so if you have suggestions, I'll totally check it out. I like how this this grassy stuff kind of just comes up on the sand like this. What's the name of the fence props that I put around the airport? That's a good question. I wonder. They're super nice. So, oh, you mean the cage fences? Those are the prison fence, and that is actually vanilla. So if you just search prison fence, you should be able to find that. It's in the base game though. Alright, back to this. Back to manipulating terrain all day. This is kind of a weird song, came out of nowhere. This is like a radio that I'm listening to. It's totally not actually like a... I'm not like picking the songs here. But it's pretty consistently good, so I just listen to it. You can see what I mean when like I say that it's hard to do like fine terrain shaping. You can start to see like where kind of the squares are in the terrain and where the vertices are when you get this fine. But that's alright. a little too small. Have I tried playing any MOBA games? Not really. It's not really my kind of game, to be honest. The only real like competitive games that I was like really into is I played a pretty good amount of Counter-Strike. I don't really play anymore, but I did. I don't think I was too bad either, but I don't know. The nice thing about games like this, I've always noticed, is like I can go into a night to play City Skylines and I know exactly how that night's gonna go and how I'm gonna feel after I played it, and it's like I'm gonna relax and have a good time and it's gonna be fun. Games like Counter-Strike and Dota and League, I mean, like, it can be super fun if you win, or, you know, if you're like playing with some friends and you do really well, but it also can just like totally suck if you start losing and you don't play well or whatever. It's kind of disappointing. So I don't know, something about the consistency of playing a game like this is nice. Back of this mountain is really strange. I don't know how I feel about that. Might retweak this just a little bit. I thought it would look kind of like I did this a bit in Arrowhead and it looked pretty good, but I need to change this a little bit. I'm gonna make a save though first. Just gonna start naming them single-digit numbers since we're not in episodes anymore. One sec, it's always freezes up whenever I save. Lately, anyway. There we go. Okay, so we should tweak this backside, definitely. I think I'm gonna re-smooth out this middle section and then try again. Or maybe not. Maybe it'll just look good, kind of smoothed out. Have some little details here and there. Let's see what we can do. That was way too much. I think I like that a little bit better. Yeah, that's nice. Do I think I'll ever change my mind about this game? I mean, I've got quite a few hours in this game. I don't think that... I don't know. I don't think I'll end up changing my mind about this game. My opinions on it anyway. I don't think that I'll like have a passion for it forever though. I mean, every game you'll probably get sick of at some point. But I do quite like this game. And games like this, that's the thing really though. Like that opinion kind of holds true for most games like this. I really like sandbox games in general. I've always been playing games like this, whether it's like Roller Coaster Tycoon or City Skylines or SimCity or whatever. They're always kind of good. Now we're like right up against this waterfall, so I don't want to tweak anything immediately next to it because I can totally mess it up if I do that. It's very like particular in the way that it's designed. Water kind of glitches if you mess with it too much. This waterfall is pretty big. I think these ridges are a little bit weird though. They're a little too large. Kind of want to level out a bit more at the top. That's better. Hey Felix. Welcome. I should do a Q&A. I mean, this is kind of like a Q&A right now. You could ask me whatever you want. I'm answering a lot of questions. I don't know if that really fit on my channel though, you know? Like, I don't mind doing them in live streams, but just fresh here? People are saying popcorn and fresh in the chat. Am I gonna stream? Yeah, I'll probably stream tweaking this waterfall lake. I mean, I was planning on doing a little bit of it today, but we'll see. It's funny how much I thought I was gonna get done, and then, you know, once you start on these these areas, it just takes forever, like way longer than you think. Hey Link, thanks for the donation. What do I plan to do around Copperville Pass? So I want to have something up here at the end, maybe like a neighborhood or something. But this is going to be the end of the rally course, so it's got to be something kind of substantial. And then from there, though, it's all going to be nature. Going to be some mountains and hills and stuff all over here. I need to finish, you know, obviously shaping some of this stuff. But yeah. That's the plan. I like watching this traffic over here. As you can see, it's like a constant flow. And since there's no traffic lights anywhere at all, it just kind of flows in and out. It's kind of satisfying to watch. I'm going to leave it here for a second. I need to go use the restroom, but I will let you guys watch that. 1 second. All right, we're back. Trying to catch up a little bit on the chat. Alright, so pretty happy with this backside of the mountain here. I feel like this little part right here could use a little more definition though. Alright, sweet. That's looking pretty good. Let's get going on this upper part over here. Really need to start digging in here. There's a lot to do. What kind of keyboard do I have? So I have a K70, a Corsair K70, but I don't use it when I stream. I'm using like an Apple keyboard just because mechanical is super loud and you don't want to listen to me clicking away all the time. I'm sure you can still hear it a little bit, but it's probably much better than a mechanical. Or it's definitely much better than a mechanical. Oh, good. Glad you can learn your mouse. That's good. See you, Ghost Plays. Thanks for hanging out. See you, Ryan. All right. This peak is super weird. I need to merge some of these ridges a little bit, make it look more natural. It's a very steep ridge there. Future project plans. I talked about it a little bit earlier on, but I really haven't gotten around to it yet. I mean, there's still a lot to do in Rhinestone, and I just haven't gotten around to start planning that project thus far. I'd like to do Planet Coaster a bit, even maybe before I start the next series, so I don't really know. Thanks, Blizzard Gaming. Yeah, I'm sure you can hear my computer fan. It's so loud. Lately, it's been really bad too. I've been trying to eliminate it from recording sound, but it's just not possible at this point. When I move, which is going to be in, well, I don't know, like 2 months or so, I think I'm going to try to tweak my setup a little bit, and hopefully I will have a quieter setup. Right now, I'm running a 2-computer setup, and if I can do this correctly, it should be much quieter whenever I get everything else worked out. But yeah, it's really loud right now. It's really not optimal. What's really happening is that you can hear my 2 GPUs. I have 2 970s, and they just spin up so loud. It's ridiculous. My actual fans aren't too bad. Ever think of making a Chinatown? A little bit. I don't really have a place that I would put it. That's a good idea, though. Actually, I haven't really thought much about that. Maybe like maybe if there were some assets that fit well, I'd try something like that. Thanks for the donation, by the way, though. Appreciate it. Does CS work with SLI? Not natively, but you can actually force it to work. I'm not even forcing it to work. There was a point where I used to, but my bottleneck is by far my CPU, so it doesn't really matter. Even with 1 GPU, it doesn't really like make a difference if I have 2. But you can in like NVIDIA's control panel, you can like set up a profile that forces SLI, through some interesting settings, but it doesn't really make a difference, to be honest. It does in other games, but not this game. Oops. Ever think about making Pandora from Avatar? That would be pretty crazy. You couldn't really do it in City Skylines, but maybe Planet Coaster. Am I gonna place trees tonight? Maybe. Honestly, it's not looking like it. I think there's still so much terraforming to do. I don't really like to put trees down until I have the terraforming kind of figured out. This is just like so much work, and it's gonna take me probably multiple streams to finish all the terraforming. And I knew this was gonna happen. This is why I didn't make videos about it. It would just be ridiculously boring. Hey, Crossrider Gaming, welcome to the stream. Where's the inspiration come from? Well, I mean, a lot of like real life stuff for sure, like just things that I like, places that I go and things that I see. But I would say even more so, just like if I want to create something, I'll go on Google Maps and I'll try and find somewhere in the world that kind of looks similar, and then I'll go from there. It's definitely a good way to go about it. I would recommend trying that if you're looking for some inspiration, you're looking for a way to make better things in this game. Having a source really helps for sure. I mean, you don't have to like recreate it exactly. In fact, I really hate doing exact recreations of things. I don't really want to do that, but if you're just looking to get some inspiration, that's a great way of going about it. Oh, hey Conrad, how's it going? Observation point at the top of the mountain. That's a good idea. I might actually do something like that. Probably like later when all this tweaking is done. Hey Distance, thanks for the donation. Love the series. Oh, well, thank you. Appreciate it. Fresh got hacked. Fresh did not get hacked. I can tell you that much. But I really don't know anything else. Oops. I don't want to like mess this up, but I want to get this as smooth as I can. I mean, the only reason why I know that he didn't get hacked is because he came into Strict Toaster's stream a while ago and was talking just a little bit, but he didn't really say anything that would like that, you know, shed light on the situation. Stuck on the loading screen. Perhaps. Alright, so this is the area that I was talking about where having this ridge makes like no sense. I'm just gonna pretty much flatten the whole thing out. Yep, Strix got it. Yeah, he's been here. He's just chilling in the chat. I'm liking the look of this upper part much more now. I didn't really like the like super sharp ridging that was going on before, but I think I like this quite a bit more. How long does it take to open the city? Actually, not that long anymore. I got the loading screen mod and the no Steam mod, and both of those really help. I definitely would recommend checking that out if you have long load times. Actually, you could thank Strict Toaster for that. He's the one who kind of pushed me to do that, because I really was lacking some pretty essential mods, I think, around that point. I just never really been super mod heavy in most of my games, or most of my saves, but I like these little like plateau pieces. I like these big curves. That's something that I've always thought looks really cool in like mountain ridges, is when they have these big natural curves like this. That's so cool. Will I make more islands on a save? Probably not. I'm already like pretty much at the limit of the size of this map. I haven't added like the other, like, I could add more tiles with the 81 tile mod, but it's not really worth it. The save is getting really heavy, and it's also just kind of old. I'd rather use or do something new, you know? Zoom out. Yeah, I can show the whole city a bit. I know some of you guys maybe haven't seen all the videos and whatnot. We made a pretty good amount of progress. Look at how much better the backside of this mountain looks now. And you can really see the difference that it makes to do all this detail and the terraforming around these areas compared to this. Still a little ways to go. A little more than a little ways to go, but that's okay. I'm a fan. I might also tweak a little bit of the backside of these mountains, but I think the mountains really make this city look awesome. Like, that's one of my favorite parts, for sure. Especially this one. This one really is turning out nice. When will the new build begin? I couldn't really tell you, because I want to do some Planet Coaster kind of in between and see where that goes. So I don't really know. But there's definitely going to be some form of City Skylines videos coming out, whether it's cinematics or, you know, update videos or whatever. Maybe even like individual little tiny projects if I happen to really get into Planet Coaster. You think Fresh deleted his channel? It's still up, isn't it? I can check real quick, but I'm pretty sure it's still up. Yeah, it's still there. It's just weird. That's all. See you, Blizzard. Thanks for hanging out, man. Alright, anyway, back to this. I'm almost 2.5 hours in, man. Time flies when you're terraforming. That says nobody ever. But me. It really does fly, actually. Can't believe it's been 2.5 hours. Alright. Should we get on to this front side here? Or this side? Let's go out and then up. How about that? Hey Parker, thanks for the donation, man. Appreciate it. 2 months and you spent hours a day catching up. Wow. Well, thank you. Happy to hear it. All right. Alright, what are we going to do with this little side over here? I think it would kind of make sense to have some, like, cascading little ridge kind of things going on that sort of follow the flow of this one here. Maybe over here we got some, like, cut-ins just to change that shape a little bit. Yeah, that's good. I like that. And a real deep ridge right in the middle. It's really hard to work with like super fine levels of terrain adjustment. You can see these like weird, I don't know, you can like really see where the vertices are in the terrain. I'm not really a big fan of that. It's hard to tweak though. Make a GTA 5 map. It's surprising to me how many people like link City Skylines with GTA in that respect. Like I get a lot of people saying like, oh, I wish I could play your game or your map like a GTA map or something, or you know, you should recreate GTA maps. That's really weird to me. They seem like really different types of games. I guess they're open, you know, the open world aspect of GTA kind of makes sense though. Part of the dev team. It would be pretty awesome to be part of a dev team for a big game. I think I would like that. I know you don't get as much creative freedom in a lot of stuff, but I think it'd be fun. I don't want to get too involved on the beach here. Let's see if we can make sure it's still sort of defined. What program am I using? Like the game? I mean, this is City Skylines. If you mean like program like to record and stream, I'm using OBS. Yeah, I can see working for a big studio being really stressful as you get close to launch, but that's probably just working for any studio ever. I mean, if anything, when you're in a smaller studio, you're probably more subject to that kind of stressful crunch time because you're a little more responsible for each part of the game, you know. So yeah, Ash Gaming, thanks for hanging out. CM40, thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of this like kind of tropical theme we got going on right now. I don't really know what the next series is gonna hold, but I do like tropical. I don't know. I'd probably try and do something different just because I've done so much tropical now. I mean, Fluxburg was also kind of like an on the beach sort of thing. It wasn't really as tropical, but that was the setting at least. Oh, I'm like right at the edge of the map. I can't even go backwards to look at this from a different angle. It's weird. Will I make a final video on natural disasters in Rhinestone Island? I already kind of talked about it a little bit. I actually don't own natural disasters. I mean, maybe I'll buy it for that, but I don't know. I don't really think it'd be that interesting. I mean, I'll release the save to you guys, so if you want to like mess around with it with natural disasters, you can feel free. That's not right. I have a hard angle to hit though with the light. Hey, Mr. TG. Watching this makes you hungry? It makes me hungry too. I haven't had dinner yet. I'm pretty hungry, actually. I don't know how late I'll go after this. I do need to get some food at some point. I like how this starts to curve in. I want to kind of continue that, actually. What time zone am I in? I'm in Mountain Time in the US, so it's like 9:30 here. Do I ever plan on making more projects for No Limits 2 or Roller Coaster Tycoon? So, for Roller Coaster Tycoon, I mean, probably not. I'd probably finish Westwood if I did anything like that. But, hang on, I gotta fix this. This is a mess. There we go. Give me that clear view. Yeah, I'd probably just mess around with Westwood because I still need to finish that, if anything. But I mean, I should have other games I'd rather play. Like, if I was gonna play something like Roller Coaster Tycoon, I'd just play Planet Coaster. If anything, I'd play No Limits 2 just because that one gives you a lot more freedom to make like really crazy, really good-looking stuff. If you have the the patience to model it all, which I would like to do. Actually, I always wanted to really put some time into a build again because I did one build in No Limits 2 a while ago. I haven't really touched it since, but it's a really cool program. I don't know. It takes a lot of dedication to get through a project in that program. Wow, we're really getting around to the backside of this now. I didn't realize how much progress we made. What was this at again? It was like positive 40 by something like negative. This probably was where it was. Yeah, 91. Sweet, that's probably good. I don't know how I feel about these like 3 ridges like that. It's kind of weird. See if we can fix this just a little bit. There we go. Seven in the morning, wow. Yeah, it's a little ways into the evening now, where I'm at. Yeah, this looks super weird. I need to tweak this just a little bit. I think the trick is to, if you're gonna have little things like this, don't have everything else around it be like the exact same angle and depth and everything. Maybe bring this in a bit more here. That looks a bit better. Yeah. The top of this is kind of weird. Let's see if I can smooth it out. I was trying to make it just not like a ridge as much, but is there a brush that covers up the steep slope? Texture's kind of ugly. No, you can't change that. I like the texture from because it looks nice from a distance whenever you have like all these little kind of defined ridges. But in my next project, I definitely want to go for something that's a higher res, so we can have some more definition to the texture. Trying to make these little vertices not so apparent. You can kind of see where it starts getting a little bumpy. All right. I just keep feeling like I need to tweak this ridge. I think we just about got it how I want it though. Yeah, I like how sharp a lot of these edges are. Obviously need to hit this area right here. It's probably the next step. Oh, I might try and get some food soon though. I'm really hungry. Be going for about almost like what, 2 hours 40? Yeah, I think I might head out here and get some food. I don't know when the next stream's gonna be. You know, it was pretty fun though. And it wasn't very difficult to set all this stuff up, and now that it's all set up, I can just kind of hop in and out whenever. So hopefully some more this week, if not this weekend for sure. But there's obviously tons of work to be done, so we will certainly be, you know, revisiting this. But if you did just get here, or you got here kind of recently, it'll be on my channel, so you can go back and watch the stream if you want to see the earlier parts of it. I did actually do like a whole overview of everything in Rhinestone. Just kind of, we went through and looked at all the old stuff. So if you want to see that, you can go on my channel probably pretty soon here once it uploads it and all that stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you all enjoyed the stream, and I'll talk to you guys later.